Just in case you've been hiding underneath a rock, I'm not sure you are aware of the fact that in Maryland, if you are doing real estate investing, you could go to jail. I kid you not. Hey y'all, this is Charles Blair, the Mad Scientist. I want to personally thank you for tuning in to my channel, and don't forget to hit that like, make sure you subscribe, leave a comment, and always turn on that notification bell so you can be notified as soon as I bring out the fire to you on a weekly basis. Now, I'm not trying to do any clickbait. Yes, there is a law on the books right now in Maryland that states that if you're not doing your business the right way, you could go to jail. Now, I'm going to touch on that law, but I'm also going to touch on a new bill that's in right now in the General Assembly that states that if you are wholesaling real estate, you can no longer wholesale real estate unless you have a real estate license. Now, let's talk about both of these. One is a law and one is a bill. The first one is the PHIFA Law. It's called Protection of Homeowner and Foreclosure Act. This bill came into law in 2009 as a way to protect homeowners from unscrupulous investors from stealing their properties. Now, let me tell you the gist of this bill, how it came to be. There was an actual state trooper's wife who sold their property to an investor, and the investor said, "No problem. I'm going to let you stay in the property once you sell it to me." As soon as the investor closed on their property, they kicked the state trooper's wife out. The state trooper's wife was a widow. She went to the congressman, told what happened. Next thing you know, we have the Protection of Homeowner and Foreclosure Act. And this law states, one, that you cannot, as a real estate investor, go to a property, talk to somebody about buying their property if they're over 60 days late on their mortgage. If they are, you have to back up and tell that person they need to get represented by a real estate agent and or an attorney. And then you can buy the property from that agent or attorney. But you cannot buy that property from that homeowner that is over 60 days late on their mortgage. Now, there are some exceptions. Exception number one, if the homeowner does not live in the property, you can buy the property all day long. Exception number two, if it's over 4 units, considered commercial, you can buy it all day long. Exception number three, if the person is an investor and it's an investment property, you can buy it all day long. It doesn't apply to the law. So these are little nuances that you have to understand if you want to be an investor. Remember, in each city, in each state, there's laws that may apply that could literally get you locked up in jail. And this one came into effect in 2009 in Maryland, and not that many people know about it. I want you to look it up. I'm going to include an actual copy of the law. Leave a comment below and I'll give you a copy of this law. It's called the Protection of Homeowner and Foreclosure Act, and I'll give you a copy of it right here. Now, the second one is not a law yet. This just got introduced on the books 2 weeks ago. So that's how fresh it is. It's called House Bill 301. Now, House Bill 301 states this: if you are wholesaling real estate in Maryland, if you are collecting rent on real estate in Maryland, if you are getting any type of consideration on real estate in Maryland, if you're doing an assignment of a contract using an option contract, you must be, one, a licensed broker, an associate broker, or a licensed salesperson / real estate agent. You heard me right. There's a bill right now in the General Assembly in Maryland that makes it illegal to wholesale real estate unless you have a real estate license at the minimum. Now, let me be the first to say, when I first heard about this bill, I was pissed, to say the least. But then I start to think, well, we really shouldn't be surprised, because as a community, we have a lot of bad apples right now in the wholesaling business. Now, I'll be honest with you. We're doing wholesaling, rehabbing, buying, and holding. We're in 6 different markets. And as a matter of fact, I know it won't affect us because of the fact of how our company is situated. But there's a lot of you out there where this is going to crush your business model. And we only have ourselves to blame. You know why? Because we got so many bad apples in this business, and they throw away the baby with the bathwater when you have a situation where you can't police yourself. And that's exactly what's happening with this law. However, we still have an opportunity to stop it before it comes into effect. The law is still in the stage of being written and being voted upon. So all of my DMV investors, if you want to do something about this, you got to show up in Annapolis on February the 7th at 1 p.m. Be in that chambers. Be there to fight on your behalf. Decide and let people know that this isn't right. The reason why I am so up in arms over it, what's next? My question to whomever feels as though this is a good thing, what's next? Could the next thing be, well, if you rehab a house, you have to split your profit with the seller? Or could the next thing be, well, if you rehab a house, you can only make X amount of profit? It opens the door to so many different things. I'm not against having some type of licensing in place or guideline that will get you on the point of driving in how you do your business correctly and staying on that side of right as opposed to being on the side of wrong. I'm not against that. I'm just not too crazy if I want the National Association of Realtors to be the answer to that problem. Because the main people that are going to benefit from this is the National Association of Realtors. Because what's going to happen on this law? People are going to flood the gates and get their real estate license. Is it a bad thing? Is it a good thing? Well, that depends. The point I'm trying to make, I don't know where this will end. Rehabbers, you may be the next one in the trigger area of what's going to happen in our industry. So just remember, this law, if passed, will go into effect October the 1st, 2023, if it passes. The Protection of Homeowner and Foreclosure Act, there's nothing you can do about that law. It's been into the books right now since 2009. However, House Bill 301, we still have an opportunity to do something about this one. And if you want a copy of House Bill 301 so you can read up on this, definitely leave a comment below. Remember, where every door closes, a new one will open. So how do you handle these types of brick walls that's in your business? Number one, if you still plan on doing business the old way, if that law passed, you're going to have to double close. Or you may have to partner with a real estate agent so that agent can be the catalyst to doing wholesale deals. So it won't necessarily end you doing the business, but you have to be creative in figuring out ways to do it. I just had a meetup last weekend. Over 100 plus investors here in the DMV area came to the meetup, and I had told everybody, if I was you, I would go and get your real estate license. Because whether it passes or not, it's going to come sooner or later. This is Charles Blair, the Mad Scientist, signing out, and I'll see you in the next Real Deal video. Take care. Bye-bye.